Hi, how are you doing? My name is Elizabeth. For those of you that don't know, I am the creator of Playful Raven Candle Co. What is that? It's my Etsy store as well as my Instagram. On Etsy, you'll find things like tarot readings for sale. I do them by phone as well as by email. I've also been doing them off of just PayPal and Venmo as well. You can find me on both of those as Playful Raven. And what I typically sell as far as tarot readings go are 4-card pulls, 2-card pulls, and 30-minute readings. That is all about to change, so just give you guys a heads up. I am going to offer some more options for you. But I digress. The reason I'm here today is to go a little bit more in depth into the 3-card pulls that I post on Instagram. Again, if you don't check me out, or if you don't know me, check me out at Playful Raven Candle Co. And on these daily readings, I usually use 3 cards. Sometimes it's all tarot, sometimes it's a mixture of tarot and oracle, tarot and oracle, or sometimes it's all oracle. Just depends on how I'm feeling that day. But I did get a new deck, and I've been trying to use this one as much as I can so I can get more familiar with it and understand its energy and its pictures. And that's the deck that I'm going to use here today. It is the Urban Tarot deck by Robin Scott. I had an opportunity to actually speak with her. She is very humble, she's very sweet, and she's very down to earth. It was definitely a nice conversation to have. In that conversation, she by no means asked me to do this for her. This is on my own accord because I really truly do like this deck so much. So just kind of give you a brief overview of her deck. This is the back. It's the subway system in Manhattan, and all of the artwork is based around New York, Manhattan itself. So it's kind of interesting, you know, a lot of tarot, a lot of pagan and witchy things are more based around nature. And one of my very respected clients, as well as a pretty good friend of mine, came to me after I introduced this deck to her. I influenced her to buy it, I guess. But she came to me because she does reside more with the city, and this deck made her understand, or helped her understand, that there really is no one way to be pagan. And that's great, you know. I think a lot of the time we compare ourselves to other people, and you know, maybe she's not the person that likes to go hang out in the woods or by the water. She likes the buzz of the city, and that's fine. It's electricity, it's energy. We're all benefiting from energy regardless of how we receive it. So that's where she sits, and she also really enjoys the deck. There are a couple of cards that really drew me to this deck when I was searching images online. One of them is the moon. I guess my light's giving you a bad reflection, but the moon card's pretty cool. We've got her sitting what it looks like in a sewer to me, and there's a wolf and an alligator next to her, kind of pulling those influences. She's looking up at the moon, but she doesn't know how to get out of where she's at. There's a lot of visual representations of the definition of the moon card. That said, I am an intuitive tarot reader. However, it is nice when people can really put those pictures to work with the actual definitions and how the tarot was supposed to be read back in the day. Now, an intuitive reader typically picks the messages out of the cord, out of something that resonates or speaks to them off the top, and that's kind of what I do as well. But I really strongly urge you to at least check out some of the imagery that she's created. She's done a very good job. The pride that she put into this deck, as well as the book, it really shows. So check it out. I really enjoy it. But moving forward, I'm here today again because of the 3-card pulls that I post on Instagram, and let's get started with that. So every time I do a post, whether you guys can see me or not, if it's in the shop I work at or at home, I knock the deck out, and that clears the old energy that's from my last reading. And I used these last night, so I want to, you know, kind of get rid of that energy and see what we have for today. So let's get these cards shuffled up a little bit. While I'm shuffling, let's talk about Robin Scott again for just a moment. Her story in itself is really amazing. She took 10 years to make these cards because of some trials and tribulations that she came into while making them. She had to take a break for financial reasons, but she found a way to work it out, which in itself is a message and inspiration to all of us. So it's really awesome. Honestly, that conversation I had with her being so humble and so sweet, it just makes me love the deck even more. And again, the pride and the knowledge that she put into the deck and the book itself is just really great. I can't say enough good words about this deck. But again, it is a new deck for me, so it's something that I'm still kind of learning, and I'm learning how my energy combines or coincides is a better word with the deck's energy. So let's see what we have. The first card we have here is the Eight of Discs, and on the bottom she's written Prudence. The second card we have is the Queen of Cups, and on the bottom it says the Therapist. I don't know if you guys can see that. The lighting's not going to let you see it. And then the third card for the day is Strength. Perfect. Again, please Google these cards and the imagery behind it, because there is so much that she put into them. The first card, Prudence, and it's a pentacle or a disc card. Typically that represents an earth sign and or money. It could be both, we don't know, but let's see how it resonates here. What I'm picking up from this card is diligence and hard work. Yes, it's Saturday, but we do have to put the work in. I'm going to work here in just a couple of minutes as soon as I'm done with this video. Pay attention to detail. Remember your passion and your drive to why you started doing the things that you're doing now. Don't let it become just a job, okay? You have to remember that passion and what brought you there. And the next card we have is the Queen of Cups. And remember, it said on the bottom, the Therapist. Now, cups typically represent a water sign or emotion. With the Therapist being here as well, I'm going to say that, oh, I just noticed this is really cool. The floor is made out of the ocean and there's fish swimming. But, so yeah, that was always something to see when you pick up this deck. There's always a new image that you can see. Anyways, so here we're working hard with the Eight of Discs. We're remembering our passion, we're remembering what drives us, and we're paying attention to those small details. Discs also represent Virgos, Tauruses, and Capricorns. The earth signs, they're very grounded. So we need to think from that perspective and be analytical and be firm on our stance, and work hard, show people why we're here. Let's move back to this Queen of Cups, and this is telling us to bring a little bit more emotion into it. Again, remember why we're here and remember our passion. Don't be afraid to bounce ideas off of somebody. Don't be afraid to vent if you're frustrated. Get out those negative energies and ideas, because you are moving in the right direction. You are creating great things, and you're fighting for the right reasons once we remember what they are, back to the Eight of Discs. But stay fluid. Keep your emotions level. Keep yourself in check as far as that goes. Journal out the bad, the negative energy. I just spoke to somebody yesterday. Yeah, keep that journal. Write all the bullshit down. If somebody's really hurt your feelings in your journey, if somebody's really taken advantage of you and you have all these animosities and things inside of you, write it down, rip it out, burn it, get rid of it, put it out of your house. Make sure it goes far away from you so you're not repeating the same things. You're not allowing people to do that to you. So be diligent, keep your emotions in check. And then we come to the Strength card. It's pretty self-explanatory. Be strong. Again, take that strength to your diligence. Take that strength and show your pride and your wants and your needs. Take that strength and create what it is that you need to create. Think about what I told you earlier. I'm the founder and creator of Playful Raven Candle Co. It was just a random idea that I had in my mind. I got super self-conscious, and nobody's going to want to see this. Nobody's going to want to purchase anything from me. Nobody's going to want to be involved in this. Less than almost 10 months later to the date, I have over 20,000 followers on Instagram. I've sold over 300 items on Etsy. Put the drive in. Remember why you're there. Do it for the right reasons, and keep your strength about you. If you come into, if you run into a wall or you hit a speed bump, learn how to pivot. Learn how to kind of roll off and keep going forward. Maybe you have to change the direction just a little bit, but don't stop is the point. And I think that's really what today's cards are about. Again, I'm going to post up a blurb on Instagram so you can read it as well. I might add or take out a little bit of the information, but off the top, this is my intuitive interpretation of these 3 cards. I really appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to try to do this more often, so check it out as you can. And again, I'm Elizabeth. Thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye.